The corner booth of the Starfall Tavern had become Zara's sanctuary of solitude. The dragon woman's obsidian scales caught the dim light as she nursed her third glass of Proximan whiskey, her serpentine tail coiled beneath the table. Exile had stripped her of everything: her clan, her honor, her wings clipped by ancient law for daring to question the Dragon Council's neutrality in the Human Krell War. She didn't notice the small human girl approaching until a soft voice broke through her haze. "Excuse me, miss." Zara's golden eyes flickered toward the child. The girl couldn't have been more than 7 standard years old, with copper hair tied in uneven braids and freckles scattered across her nose. She clutched a worn stuffed animal, some earth creature Zara didn't recognize. "Go away, hatchling," Zara rumbled, her voice carrying the guttural resonance of her kind. The girl didn't move. Instead, she climbed onto the seat across from Zara with the determination only children possessed. "My name's Harper. What's yours?" "Someone who wants to be left alone." Harper studied her with unsettling intensity. "You're really pretty. Are you a dragon?" "I've never seen a dragon before." Despite herself, Zara felt the corner of her mouth twitch. "Dragon woman. And you're very rude, small one." "Papa says honest isn't the same as rude." Harper swung her legs beneath the table. "He's over there." Zara followed the girl's gesture to a human male sitting at the bar. He was watching them with obvious concern, ready to intervene. The way he sat, weight balanced, eyes scanning, marked him as military. Former military, judging by the prosthetic arm he made no attempt to hide. "Your father should teach you not to approach dangerous creatures," Zara said. "Papa says the most dangerous thing in the galaxy is someone who's given up hope." Harper tilted her head. "Have you given up?" The question hit harder than it should have. Zara took a long drink. "Perceptive hatchling. I'm perceptive 'cause I read a lot. Papa can't read to me anymore since Mama died. His arm doesn't work right for holding books and turning pages at the same time." Something in Zara's chest tightened. She'd seen enough war to recognize its aftermath in both father and daughter. "I'm sorry for your loss." Harper nodded solemnly. "The Krell killed her. Their orbital strike hit the medical station where she worked." She paused, then added with heartbreaking casualness, "Papa cries sometimes at night. He thinks I don't hear." Harper, the man, James, Zara presumed, had approached the table. "I'm sorry. She's usually not this forward with strangers." Up close, James was younger than Zara had initially thought, probably early 30s by human standards. His eyes were kind despite the exhaustion carved into his features. The prosthetic arm was military-grade but old, probably from the early days of the war. "She's fine," Zara heard herself say. "Brave, even. You've raised her well." James's expression softened. "Thank you. I'm James Reeves, formerly Sergeant Reeves, Colonial Marines. This is Harper. We've met." Zara found herself almost smiling. "I'm Zara. Just Zara now. Papa, can she have dinner with us?" Harper asked suddenly. "Please? We always eat alone." "Harper, I'm sure she has. I don't." The words escaped before Zara could stop them. 3 months of exile had reduced her social interactions to bartenders and the occasional merchant. "I have nowhere to be." James looked between them, then pulled out a chair. "Well then, would you like to join us? There's a decent noodle place 2 blocks over. They don't mind non-humans." Something warm and unfamiliar stirred in Zara's chest. "I would appreciate that." Over the next 2 hours, over steaming bowls of noodles, Zara learned about James's struggle with single parenthood, Harper's obsession with ancient Earth dragons, and the quiet life they'd built on this frontier station. In turn, she told them carefully edited stories of her home world, of flying through chromatic storms and hunting in crystalline forests. Harper listened with stars in her eyes. James listened with something else, understanding, perhaps, of what it meant to be severed from everything you'd known. "Why were you exiled?" Harper asked as they walked back toward the residential district. "Harper," James's voice carried a warning. "It's all right." Zara paused beneath a streetlight. "I spoke against my people's neutrality. I believed we should help humans fight the Krell. The council disagreed. Violently." James met her eyes. "You lost everything for defending my people. I lost everything for doing what I believed was right. There's a difference." They reached the modest apartment James and Harper called home. At the door, Harper suddenly turned and wrapped her small arms around Zara's waist. The dragon woman froze, and used to such casual affection. "Will you come back tomorrow?" Harper's voice was muffled against Zara's side. Papa makes really good pancakes on Sundays. Zara looked at James over Harper's head. He shrugged, but his smile was genuine. The offer stands. You'd be welcome. Zara's throat felt tight. Yes, I'll come. Harper pulled back, grinning. Then, with the impossible logic of children, she asked, Can you be my mom? And Papa's wife? 'Cause you're both lonely, and you both need someone, and I think you'd be good together. Harper, James's face flushed crimson. You can't just, but Zara laughed. Actually laughed, a sound that rumbled from deep in her chest, scaring a few night birds from nearby trees. It was the first genuine laughter she'd produced in months. I think, little hatchling, these things take time, Zara said gently. But I'll come for pancakes. And perhaps the day after. And we'll see what happens. Harper beamed. James looked simultaneously mortified and hopeful as Zara walked back to her cramped quarters that night. Her tail swayed with something other than despair. She'd been exiled for defending humanity's right to exist. Perhaps, she thought, she'd finally found the humans worth defending and worth living for. The next morning, she arrived early. Harper opened the door in her pajamas, squealed with delight, and dragged Zara inside where James was already flipping pancakes with his good hand. I hope you're hungry, he said, smiling. Harper insisted on making extras for our guest. Our guest. Not the dragon woman. Not the exile. Their guest. Zara settled at the small kitchen table, watching this makeshift family prepare breakfast with practiced coordination, and felt something she hadn't felt since leaving her home world. She felt like she belonged. And in the end, that was the most human thing of all, finding family not in blood or species, but in the spaces between loneliness and hope, where kindness grew in the cracks of broken lives and made them whole again. Indie.